What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are officially back with another 10-year rebuild, and today we're doing a team that I haven't done a rebuild in a while. That is the Memphis Grizzlies. This should be a fun one. 10-year realistic Memphis Grizzlies rebuild. Let's go. Before we get to today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We reached 30K already, so now the goal is to basically get to 50K. Obviously, that's a long ways from now, but hey, we can set the bar high. We're going to probably try to get that next year if we can, before the end of next year. But that, like I said, that's a long ways away. Take a look at this Grizzlies roster. We all know how good this team is. Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, John Morant, Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, Tyus Jones, Sandy Aldama, John Kachara, Brandon Clark. There's a lot to like on this Grizzlies team. There really is. So they also have Danny Green's contract that they can maybe move at the deadline with that $10 million to add another piece here. Maybe if the Raptors do blow it up, they can go out there and get Ojinobi. I think that'd be amazing if they could pull that off. That's just something to think about. I don't know if I'm going to do anything for this team, though, at the trade deadline. I kind of want to just stick with what they have right now. This team is already so good. And one thing that I've noticed in the 2K simulation is this team never keeps Desmond Bane. I don't know why. Obviously, that's not going to happen. We are keeping Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, and John Morant all together throughout the video if I have the say in that. So, which I do, so I got to make sure we keep all three. So, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to wait to the end of the season, see how we do, see if we win a championship this year, and see if we can win more than one championship in this 10-year rebuild. I would imagine we can with John Morant on our sides, but we'll see what happens. You see this, man? This could be you right here. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every day. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and you basically get to choose 2 to 5 players, and you choose over or under on their props that they give you. You pretty much have every sport you can imagine on here. But let's say I wanted to go ahead and put a bet on Mitchell and Joel Embiid. I want to go more and more on them. If I get it right, I 3 times my money. Let's say I want to go up to 5 players, which is the most you can go up to. You can go more or more on all of them, and that's going to 10 times your money. I started with $100, and so far I'm up to $500. I've been having a ton of fun over here on Prize Picks. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables or matching deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. If you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. Back to the rebuild. So Luka Doncic is going to win MVP, Paulo Rookie of the Year, Poole 6 man, AD Defensive Player, Trey Jones Most Improved. One thing we could be very, very excited about is obviously John Morant makes All-NBA First Team. No surprises there. Jaren Jackson having a great defensive year does end up making All-Defensive First Team as well. Like I said, I want to keep Jaren Jackson, Bane, and John Morant throughout the video no matter what. That's my big 3. They're all still really young. We should be able to keep all 3 of them and be very happy with that. So we get the first seed in these playoffs. I don't know if we're going to win a championship this year, but I mean, it's a good start to the video. So we'll see if we can. Somewhere current round against the Los Angeles Clippers, a healthy Clippers team, and we beat them in 6. That's a huge win, and now we get the Los Angeles Lakers, who have Pat Bev still, Lonnie Walker, AD, Russell Westbrook. We all know what the Lakers squad looks like. And, you know, obviously not having AD for a month for the Lakers is going to suck, and we are going to lose to them in 6. Not a great first run, but that's okay. I haven't even made my mark on this team yet. Haven't made a single move. We do have the Celtics going on to beat the Pelicans in 7 games. I think the Grizzlies have all their future draft picks, which is also something we have going for us as far as maybe making an upgrade somewhere. Personally, I would love to upgrade the center position if I can. And then at the small forward spot, as Victor Wembanyama might be going to the Pacers, which I would love that if the Pacers could get him. But one thing I would love to do is upgrade my center position, get a better rim protector potentially. I am going to keep Taylor Jenkins as our head coach if he decides to stay here, so he does. But yeah, if we can get a better rim protector, nothing against Steven Adams, but I'm pretty sure in 2K he's not really respected all that much, and he's probably going to keep going down in overall. So would love to get younger at the center position if I can, although I think they just extended him not that long ago. But that's going to be a goal of mine. And then as a small forward spot, I kind of want to develop maybe Zaire Williams potentially. I don't know what his development would look like in this game, that he might be able to start a small forward eventually. But if not, we can obviously always find a better replacement. I wonder if I can convince the Knicks to give me Mitchell Robinson. I feel like I'd have to give up a little bit more, but him and Jaren Jackson as rim protectors just sounds kind of scary, to be honest with you. So kind of want to be able to do that. I don't know what it would take, but if I gave them like Kennedy Chandler and Adams for Robinson, they do agree. So just like that, we walk away with Mitchell Robinson. We get a little bit younger at the center position, and I'm feeling really good about that as our first move. Mitchell Robinson fits the timeline of exactly what we need, and I think he's the perfect center, like I said, next to Jaren Jackson. Both these guys are going to be able to block shots like crazy. So I love that for us. The only other thing we need to figure out is the small forward spot, obviously, which we're going to, kind of test some of our young guys here, because I like maybe Jake LaRavia maybe taking it over eventually. Santi Aldama is a really nice rotational piece as well. Zaire Williams, if he can develop, that'd be nice to have him as our starter. We do have a 27th pick overall in this draft as well, so maybe we can hit it here. So number 27, if we take a look what's on the board, you have Colby Jones, Raylan Rupert, yeah, Sid, who actually Sid becomes pretty good. You got Jeremy Roach, Ujman, I don't know how to say his last name, but I actually like the idea of taking Sid as a developmental piece in the future. So I'm going to go with that. That's going to be first couple moves in the offseason. So Sid, welcome to the team. And we also got Taylor Hendricks, which I'll sign him as well in the second round. Player options, can accept all of these, and then qualifying offers. Nothing going on here. Like I said, the biggest thing for me in this video is making sure we keep Desmond Bane, because 2K always lets him go. Dylan Brooks, I think same thing. I think you resign him. Even if you're not planning on keeping him long term, I think I definitely should keep him around for a year. I don't want to see him walk for nothing, essentially. So, gonna keep him around. I know the Grizzlies love their draft picks, which is why I'm kind of hesitant to give up draft picks right now. But John Morant, Tyus Jones, John Kachar, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, Zaire Williams, Taylor Hendricks, David Roddy, Sid. So we definitely have a couple, a lot of developmental forwards here in Aldama and Drake Laravia. You have Clark, Tillman, and Mitch Robinson. So a lot to like here. There's not really any need to sign any more free agents. Progression-wise, I want to see how this is treating us. So John Morant's up, Jaren Jackson's up, Desmond Bane's up, which you love to see. Robinson stays the same, but I don't really need much out of him. I mean, we're going to get our scoring at will with these three guys, which I didn't even look at the player stats, by the way. I want to see how we did the first season. So Desmond Bane, he fell off a little bit. I'm assuming his shot tendency isn't as high as it should be. Brooks averaged 16, so I want Desmond Bane to become an absolute beast next to John Morant, and he already is. Santi Aldama is up. Zaire Williams, like I said, if we could develop Zaire Williams into our starting small forward, I'd be okay with that. Just because I know, like I said, the Grizzlies love developing through the draft, and I honestly love that from them as well. So we're going to simulate season number 2. Not a whole lot has changed here. Obviously, the only thing we did was really get Mitch Robinson and draft someone. So not a whole lot of change in this offseason. No aggressive moves yet, but we'll see how this year goes for us, and maybe we do need to up the aggressiveness. In season number 2 now, and we got the second seed in the Western Conference, so we're still up top in the West, you know, kind of in the running to go win a championship this year. So 25 from Ja, 21 from Bane, 17 from Jackson, 13 from Brooks, 11.5 from Tyus Jones, and then 11 from Santi Aldama, 7 from Tillman, 6 from Zaire Williams, 5 from Mitch Robinson, and then 4 from John Kachar. One thing we have to keep in mind is keeping all these young players on the roster is really unrealistic. I'm going to have to eventually make decisions on guys like Xavier Tillman's contract is going to expire soon. Like, you're going to have to make a trade or use them in trades. It's going to be really hard to pay everybody, obviously. So I want to win a championship this year, though, if we can. We get the Denver Nuggets in round 1. They're going to be a tough out, but hopefully we can end up beating them. So right now, I mean, if things don't go very well and we get eliminated in round 1, I think I'm going to be very, very interested in upgrading the small forward position. But let's see how it goes. Simply current round against Denver, and we're up 3-1. We beat them in 5. That's a good start. Now we get the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we all know these guys had a very fun series a couple years ago, and now we're here again, this time in round 2, so the stakes are maybe a little bit higher, so hopefully we can beat them. Simply current round against them, and we beat them in 6, and we've officially booked our chance at the conference finals, or we're here in the conference finals for a chance at the finals. And now we have to play the Pelicans, which is not going to be easy by any means. And then Trey Murphy, man, honestly, if I can get Trey Murphy from the Pelicans somehow, that'd be dope. I think Trey Murphy in a larger role would be amazing. I think you guys heard me say that before, though. So we current round against them, and we beat them in 5, and we have booked our first finals appearance. But we do get the Cavaliers, which isn't going to be easy by any means. But this could be our first championship of the video. Let's see what happens. We're down 1-0. We even it up. They're up 2-1. Can we get it? We lose. We lose to the Cavs in 5. We got to the finals, but it wasn't good enough. The Cavs are they're just that good, man. There's just not much you can do about it. So got a huge offseason ahead of us. Maybe this is the time we really need to look at upgrading that small forward position. As much as I like Brooks, there's another guy out there that's just going to be better for this team. Maybe I should really take a sharp look at it. I think the San Antonio Spurs, Keldon Johnson would be absolutely amazing in our small forward position. So that's kind of who I want to go with to add to this roster. I want this to be our big move that helps us puts us over the top. He's 24 years old. He's going to fit exactly the timeline of the roster. We definitely have the salaries and the assets to match it. So I'm not worried about that. So that's what I want to try to do. I want to try to convince San Antonio that Keldon Johnson, they're able to get rid of Keldon Johnson, no issue. So I'm going to go ahead and offer them. Yeah, I mean, Brooks off the bench would be kind of nice. I guess we can keep Brooks off the bench for now. But Brandon Clark, I'm going to go ahead and offer them. And then I'm also going to offer them Sid as well. And then I'm going to offer them my 20th pick and 26th pick in this draft. Let's see if this gets me Keldon Johnson. They do not agree to it right away. And then I'll offer a future first as well. Let's see if that gets it done. And just like that, 3 first-round picks go out for Keldon Johnson. I think that's what his price would be, especially since I didn't give him like crazy good amount of players. So Keldon Johnson, brand new small forward at the small. I love it. At our 3 spot, I love that Keldon Johnson's here. I love it. So we get rid of all these draft picks. That was our win now move. I wanted to make it, and we made it. You guys, Santi Aldama, Jake LaRavia, David Roddy, and then Taylor Hendricks all back. We could have been patient and waited for one of those guys to develop. Don't get me wrong. But I think it was really important that we got that position down while we can still win championships. So I do want Tillman back since I obviously just got rid of Clark. So I am going to give him a 4-year deal to be our backup center. $9 million over 4 years, I think is great. And I do want to keep Tyus Jones for like 2 years if I can. So very solid backup point guard. So let's see if we can get him back. And then, of course, Desmond Bane. Going to take care of him. Give him a 5-year deal to keep him on this Grizzlies roster going forward. 100%. Like I said, the Grizzlies find a way to always get rid of him, and I'm not letting that happen. I am matching that 4-year deal 9 times out of 10. Welcome back, and that will be our offseason. So just like that, we're going to be running it with Tyus Jones, John Morant. You got Desmond Bane, John Kachar, Dylan Brooks, Keldon Johnson, Zara Williams, David Roddy, Taylor Hendricks. A lot of good developmental small forwards still. Santi Aldama, Jake LaRavia. There's a lot of developmental players here that could step up at any time. The depth here is really good, which we love. So player progression, let's see where it's at now. After the season, you got John Morant, Jackson's up, Bane is up, Keldon Johnson's up, Robinson, Brooks is up, Tyus Jones, Zara Williams up to a 77. These guys are developing down here, which is really nice to see. We did give up Sid in that Spurs trade, but that's okay because we've got like Taylor Hendricks, who I think could become really good for us. David Roddy, same thing, and Jake LaRavia. So a lot to be excited about with this Grizzlies roster, but I think this is with Keldon Johnson joining the fold, I think there's a very good chance this team goes out there and wins a championship year in year number 3. This season, we only conquer the 5th seed, which I was really hoping this would be the year that we come out here firing and win a championship. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. 27 from John Morant, 23 from Desmond Bane, 20 from Jaren Jackson, averaging 2 blocks per game, and Mitchell Robinson almost averaging 2 as well. Like I said, these 2 guys are going to be able to block shots whenever they want to. But I'm really hoping that this is the year that we can win a championship because I really have a lot of optimism and high hopes on this roster. I'm going to shrink it down to an 8-man rotation. Dylan Brooks being cold maybe just isn't fit to be the backup shooting. I don't know what's going on there. I'll throw Zara Williams in the rotation instead over Dylan Brooks. But here we go, man. It's now or never. I mean, it's not really now or never, but I would love to win a championship this season. I think I've, kind of went all in on Keldon Johnson. It'd be really disappointing if we lost in round 1 to the Rockets, even though they have a good roster. I like my roster as well. So many come around against them, and we are going to sweep them. So even though we're the lower seed, we do beat them. We get the Pelicans, which we beat this team last year. But they do have DJ Wagner now, and they have Herb Jones still, Shane McCollum, Trey Murphy, still a very good Pelicans team, and they have Denny Avdia as well. Game 1, we're up 1-0, great start. They even it up. We beat this team, I think, for the most part in the regular season, and that's kind of hopefully going to transfer here. We beat them in 6. We're back at the finals, and now we get the Timberwolves, which we beat this team last year as well. They added Tobias Harris at the small forward spot. How much did he cost for that? Because I am curious. He signed for a minimum. Love to see it. Game 1, we're up 1-0. This could be our chance to be back in the finals. Can we do it? 2-2. Can we win game 5? Yes. Can we win game 6? Game 7 going to be a big one here. Got to win game 7 in Minnesota to go to the finals. Can we do it? Let's go. Now or never. Back to the finals. Come on, Memphis. Dig deep. Dig deep. Dig deep. Please come back. We're going to lose here in game 7 of the conference finals to get absolutely heartbroken here, and the Cavs are back in the finals, and they probably would have beat us anyway. So the Cavaliers go on to win. So the Cavaliers right now, kind of a dynasty. So without, obviously, I mean, I don't know what I got to do to get better, but maybe there's another trade I have to make because clearly what we've done is not good enough. I like where we're at. We have a lot of good young pieces, like I said. So there is a potential this offseason we can make another big trade here just to put this team over the top, even though I thought I did with the Keldon Johnson trade. But apparently, I did not. All right, man, I'm going for it. The Miami Heat are potentially facing a rebuild type season. Bam Adebayo in the last year of his contract, 28 years old. I think he'd be the guy to bring at the center position that would just push this team over the top. It's going to get expensive, but I think it would be worth it. So I throw Brooks' contract in here, and I throw my first-round pick, Dennis Evans, in here, who we just got. Maybe I throw David Roddy or Jake LaRavia in here. I mean, we have depth that we can kind of, get rid of, that it would be fine to do this. I'm offering my 2026 pick, and I'm offering my 2029 pick. This is my way of going for it. I'm going for it. This is my way of doing it. This is a haul for Bam Adebayo. I'm offering it, and just like that, They do agree. I get Bam on this roster. So now you have John Morant, Tyus Jones, Desmond Bane, Keldon Johnson, David Roddy, Jaren Jackson, Jake LaRavia, Bam Adebayo, and Xavier Tillman. This team should be able to compete with the best of them. Even if we find Cleveland with their big front court and Mobley and Jarrett Allen, we should match up very well against them, which is why I was kind of making this plan. Jake LaRavia on the last year of his rookie contract. Xavier Tillman, we have him on a nice deal. David Roddy on the last year of his rookie contract. And then you got Tyus Jones. So we have a full rotation as it is right now, and we went for it with Bam at center, which I absolutely love. We got like Zara Williams and Santi Aldama out here, which I want both of them, but they are both asking for some very big contracts. I even want Taylor Hendricks back, but I think I got to wait for qualifying offers. We're probably going to lose quite a bit of our young pieces next year, to be honest with you, but that is kind of why I went for it this year. I am trying my best to go win a championship for this Grizzlies team. If Bam Adebayo can't be the guy that secures that, then it's just probably not going to happen anytime soon. So if we get both these guys back on their qualifying offers, that'd be great. And then we can kind of game plan from there. So Hendricks, Aldama, Zara Williams, all back. Progression, John Morant's going down. You got Desmond Bane, Bam Adebayo. None of these. So Zara Williams never developed into the small forward I would have wanted him. So I'm kind of glad I went out and got Keldon Johnson. But clearly this team will eventually be very expensive. Jaren Jackson and Bam will both be free agents. That's going to be tough to bring them both back. This is a year where we need to go win it because this roster will not be the same next year. It's just the reality of the situation. Way too many players that need paid. So this is the year we have to take advantage of the roster we have right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we just went 70-12. John Morant 28, 8, and 11. MVP status, obviously. I'm going to imagine we got coach of the year as well. 70-12 on the season. This Grizzlies team, I did it for a reason. I went all in on this season for a reason. If we can't win a championship, this would be an epic failure. We need it. I wanted to get a championship with this core, and we went for it. So Bam about 15, 17, 23, 28. If I could keep this starting five together, I'd be very, very ecstatic. We're going to have to pay Bam. We're going to have to pay Jaren Jackson. Bane and John Morant are locked up for 3 more years, so we have that going for us. But if we can get Bam and Jaren Jackson as well on this roster, or back on this roster, that'd be great. Tyus Jones, Hendricks, Zara Williams. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with one of those guys. We're gonna have to pay one of these guys. I guess we'll just go with whoever wants less money. Santi Aldama, I want him back as well if I can. Jake LaRavia, I wouldn't mind having him back as well. So, I mean, like I said, none of this matters if we don't win a championship here. We get the Denver Nuggets in round 1. We do have to deal with Jokic. It's gonna be tough. With someone current round against Denver, please don't get 8 seeded, and we do beat them in 5. W. Now we get the Houston Rockets. They have Cameron Whitmore, Jabari, a very good Rockets squad. Somebody current round against them. 70-12 season down the drain. 70-12 season down the drain. 38, 9, and 11. 30, 27, and 4. 68, and 5. What more can a man do? What more can a man do? Got the Pacers and the Rockets in the finals. And you got the Rockets going on and win the championship. I don't know what more I could do. LeBron James retires as Celtic, which doesn't seem right, but whatever. Wow, I am just extremely disappointed, man. 70-12 season, get eliminated in round 2. Breaks my heart, man. Just kidding. Doesn't really break my heart, but still, it kind of sucks. Like, obviously, I went for it. Gave up all these assets to try to go win a championship, and to see the team lose in round 2. Just super unfortunate stuff. But we're not done yet. Obviously, just still got like, I don't know, 5 more years, whatever it may be. I think we're in the year 20. I don't even know. But NBA draft night. Here we go. Draft night. Let's see where we're at. We got 17th pick in the second round. We've obviously given up a lot of things to get to this point. So let's just go straight to player options and see where we're at. So player options, none. Okay. Qualifying offers. No player options, which is kind of weird. But qualifying offers. Got Aaron Wiggins, which I'm not concerned about. David Roddy, Hendricks, and Jake LaRavia. I mean, yeah, I'd take all 3 of them back if I can. And then obviously the big free agents are going to be Jaren Jackson and Bam, which I do want both of them back. So it's going to cost a lot. Both of them want some fat contracts, but neither one of them has a good deal yet. So going to offer Jaren Jackson and Bam Adebayo a 5-year deal to keep them respectfully. So I'm going to keep this front court intact. I think this is a very nasty front court. So let's keep that together. And then again, LaRavia. Okay, so these guys aren't asking for like a crazy amount of money that it's not going to be like too insane. So that's good at least. So if you take a look right now, we need a backup guard, 100%. We have a backup center. We don't have a bench at all. So I got to choose between one of the 3 small forwards. I mean, Adama, I think I want back. Jones, he's 30 years old at this point. Zara Williams, LaRavia. I think I want Zara Williams and LaRavia back the most. I think that's who I want. And then backup point guards that we can get. I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker at 27, I guess, would be cheaper than... Or you got Sasser down here as well, who might develop into something. So I can give him a 2-year deal. He's going to be relatively cheap over Tyus Jones. And then I guess I am going to go ahead and pay Zara Williams a 4-year deal. And I'm going to pay Jake LaRavia a 4-year deal. Or do I want Santi Aldama? Which one do I want? Jake LaRavia is going to be a little bit cheaper, and he might develop nicely. So I'm going to do that. So Jake LaRavia and Zara Williams are the two guys I'm choosing as my forwards. And then did I get the backup point guard as well? There I go. Marcus Sasser is back as well. And I can get the other two guys back if I wanted to. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I might have just done my math. Yeah, I definitely counted incorrectly there, but that's all good. Max Strus is here, but I think I'm okay with everyone else just come back in the qualifying offer. So that was our off season. I mean, we've made all of our major moves at this point. It's just a matter of hoping and praying that 2K gives us a good simulation. Roddy and Hendricks are back. Hendricks is up to an 80 overall. Sasser is down, so Sasser probably won't even get minutes here, to be honest with you. So it probably was a waste of a signing, whatever. Let's just go into next season, and let's hope for the best. We didn't win 70 games, but we did win 69 games, so got to feel pretty good about that. But it doesn't matter if you can't win a championship. So first seed is great and all, but like I said, does not matter if we don't come out with a championship in this season. So hopefully we do. If we don't, we'll be very, very, very disappointed. Which, by the way, Victor Wembanyama averaged like 37 points per game. So Tyrese Halliburton and Wembanyama would be absolutely scary. So that Pacers team is looking pretty good. Cleveland, have they lost Mitchell yet? Yeah, they lost Donovan Mitchell, so that's a good sign. But obviously, we got into the finals before. The Rockets are kind of our biggest threat, I think, at this point. But hopefully they don't give us too much problems. But we get the Denver Nuggets in round 1. Somebody current round, and we are going to beat them in 5. Great start. Minnesota also has given us issues as well. They have Jalen Duren. They no longer have Gobert unless he's just gone down overall like crazy, but he has not. So have D'Lo, Edwards, Reddish, Cat. So still a very good Timberwolves team. Somebody current round against them. And if we get... This team can't get past round 2, apparently. It just can't. I don't know what more a man needs to do. The simulation is not on my side. I want to win. Let me get at least one championship with this squad. Like, at least one. That's all I'm asking for. How have I gone all in? And it just doesn't work, man. It sucks. It's not a good feeling. That's all I got to say. The Thunder go on to beat the Timberwolves. And we get the... I don't know how we lost that Timberwolves team. And especially in 5, bro. Thunder go on to beat the Magic. Really unfortunate, man. Just another year down the drain. Just wasted. Like, at this point, I mean, if the team just keeps sucking, like, do you just start to think about rebuilding and trading everyone? I don't know what to do. Kings number 1. Blazers number 2. Staff signing. I mean, maybe I just get a different head coach. I can get Kelvin Garnett, not Kevin Garnett, but Jenkins. I mean, maybe I get a different head coach. I don't know if that fixes my issue. I don't even know if Tyronn Lue would sign that cheap of a contract, but maybe that would be, the issue to my problem. It's got Jantel Terry. I thought that was Jason Terry, but it's clearly not. De'Aaron Fox is here. There's Daryl Fox, Weber, Chauncey Billups, Harris Lawrence. Tyronn Lue would be great if I can get him, but I don't think so. I mean, Jenkins looks like the best guy I can get, though. But I feel like I should try something else. I'm going to offer Jenkins a contract. I'd prefer Tyronn Lue if I can get him, but I'm not going to be able to. So, keeping Taylor Jenkins, hoping that fixes... I mean, I don't know why I'm just running back the same thing, but I don't know. I didn't want a worse head coach, I guess. Jenkins actually has some good ratings, so, I mean, just kind of roll with it. It is what it is, man. Eventually, the simulation will be on my side. It's got to be, right? Eventually, it will be. This might be crazy to do, but this offseason, I don't think I'm going to pay Keldon Johnson. The team is already very expensive, and we have to pay John Morant and Baines soon, which I obviously would rather keep those guys. I'm going to get hard capped eventually, so I don't think I could pay Keldon Johnson $30 million a year and get away with it. I really don't. I'm already paying Bam and Jaren Jackson a lot of money. So Keldon Johnson, as great as it was to have you, your services were appreciated. Clearly, I'm not going to be able to keep you. I mean, the only reason I'm okay with doing that is because we have Zara Williams and Hendricks out there kind of wavering. That would be able to get him back. LaRavia is still here. So we need a backup guard, although I signed Marcus Sasser to try to solve that, but that didn't really solve anything. So Sharif Cooper, I guess, could be fine if I get him like on a 2-year deal. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to pay Keldon Johnson, unfortunately. If we can get Taylor Hendricks back, that'd be great. I don't know how much money he's even asking for, to be honest with you. Shane Sharp would be crazy if we got him on this team, but that's not going to happen. So Taylor Hendricks, wherever you are. I mean, I would have loved to bring back Keldon Johnson, but like I said, we're going to get hard capped. I'm going to lose like John Morant, and I prefer not to. So, Taylor Hendricks, there he is. He was asking for $19 million a year. It's not going to give me the chance to sign him, so I have to hope he's back on his qualifying offer, essentially. So, That's what we'll hope for. If not, Zara Williams will be the starting small forward. I still think we have a team that's good enough, even without Keldon Johnson. Maybe with Keldon Johnson being gone, that opens up something else for someone else. I don't know. Hendricks will be the new small forward, starting small forward. Zara Williams will back him up. Sharif Cooper will be the new backup point guard. So we'll see if that is going to go any better for us. Really sucks to lose Keldon Johnson, but at the same time, like I said, rather lose him than John Morant next year. So even without Keldon Johnson, this team still went 66-16 and still the top of the West. Again, does not matter. We've been the first seed the last 3 years and have been bouncing around too. So, I mean, 30-13, 23. I mean, what more could you want? Like I said, Bane and John Morant are both free agents, which is exactly why I didn't get Keldon Johnson back, because I knew we're going to have to resign both those guys. Might even lose one of them. I don't know. It might hard cap me. So Hendricks, 15 points per game as well. Stepped up really nice to that small forward spot. Let's win a championship here, man. Let's do it. We need it in the worst way possible. We get Dallas in round 1. It is Trae Young in Dallas instead of Luka Doncic, which is kind of interesting to think about. We should beat them, though. Similarly, current round. Hopefully, we don't lose to the Mavericks. We beat them. Get the Lakers now. They still have Anthony Davis, and they signed Jason Tatum, and they have Ben Simmons. A very good, interesting Lakers roster. I'm going to go game by game here because I'm a little nervous about this one. Yep. Are we going to lose in round 2? Are we going to win game 5? Win game 6, please? Let's go. We got out of round 2 for once. And now we're in the conference finals playing the Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they have Ahmed Thompson. No, they don't have Shea, which is great. Shea not being here goes a long way. They still have Josh Giddey, though, and then Ahmed Thompson. So it doesn't mean we're going to beat them. But if Shea was here, I'd be even more intimidated. Game 1, 1-0. We're up 2-0. Are we going to be back in the finals? 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Can we go 4-1? Beat them in 6, please? Oh. This is our chance, man. We're not going to blow a 3-1 lead, are we? Come on, man. Don't do it to me, 2K. 2K, don't do it to me. All right, we can start off hot in this game 7. Don't let them back in it. Do not let them back in this. Keep it going. Foot on the pedal. We are going to the finals to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Garland and John Morant. We've played them once in the finals in this video, and we lost. This time, they don't have Donovan Mitchell. They still have Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and I got Bam Adebayo and Jaren Jackson as 2 guys that match up very, very well against those 2. So hopefully we can beat this team. Game 1, 1-0. 2-0. 2-1. Go up 3-1, please. No, don't let them back in it. Don't let them back in it. Don't let them back in it, man. 2-0 lead. Are we going to do this? Are we really going to blow the 2-0 lead here in the finals? We can force a game 7 back to Memphis. It's not out. It's not dead just yet. We got to win this one. Got to win it. Don't let them back in it. Please just take care of business. Beat them. 119-97. Game 7. We got to win 1 championship this video. If you can't win 1 championship with the Grizzlies, what are we doing? Come on, baby. Come out hot. Let's go. Good start. Strong start. We allowed 19 in the first quarter. I think we got this. I think we've won. Wait, don't let them back in it. Let's go. Let's go, baby. We have won at least 1 championship in this video. It took me till 2028 to do it, but I will take it. The Grizzlies go on to win a championship. Let's go. We got it. Right before John Morant and Bane are both free agents. I don't know. I'm going to try to resign both of them, obviously, but I don't know if it's going to allow me. Probably get hard capped here. But we won our championship. That's what matters. That's what we wanted, and we did it. So I'm so happy right now. I mean, I wanted at least 1. I would have loved getting more than 1, but that's okay. You know, the simulation was not on my side for most of the video. It is what it is. Not much you can do about it. It's got to live with the results, right? It's got to live with the results. So let me get my coaches here. Let's go straight to rookie signing because we did have a draft pick, although this is 2028, so I don't really know what's going to matter here. We got Francis Edwards. I'm not worried about either. Player options, nothing. And then obviously, you got Hendricks to the free agent, which I wouldn't mind him back. But the big free agents, Morant and Bane. I would love both of them back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get both of them back. I'm going to offer them both a contract. See if 2K allows it. I think I'm going to be able to get both of them back, hopefully. Hopefully keep them as a backcourt. I don't have to renounce Hendricks either, so we're able to re-sign both of them. And then if I can get Hendricks back and lock myself into this team that we have, I'm cool with that. Let's give Hendricks a deal. He's our new small forward. Let's roll with the roster that we have that won a championship, right? Let's not mess it up. So rotation's going to stay the same. We're running it back another year. I guess we lost our center. We need a shooting guard or a center here. You have like Derek White, Kobe White. Center, Mo Wagner. Tillman, I'll just bring back on a 1-year, 2-year deal, whatever. So a lot of money is being spent on this roster, as we know, but I think it's worth it. We're going to go into this next year to try to win our 2nd championship in a row. John Morant, after getting his new extension, wins another MVP for us, 69-13. We've been dominating the regular season for the last few years, but have not been dominating the playoffs. That's the issue. We can dominate the regular season all you want. But if you're not going to succeed in the playoffs, no one cares, right? So let's go ahead and do just that. Second championship in a row would feel ultra sweet. Get to play Aiden and the Jazz. Somebody current round against the 8th seed. And we are going to beat them in 5. Now we get the Los Angeles Clippers. We are locked in the roster that we have right now. Fultz, Daniels, John Collins, Derek Queen. A very good, interesting Clippers team, but we should beat them. We do beat them in 6. And now we get the Thunder, who I think are going to give us some problems. They have a very, very good rotation. So it's only current round, and we beat them in 5. Never mind. And now we get Wembanyama and probably Halliburton. Yeah, so Wembanyama and Halliburton as a duo, and Keldon Johnson did sign with the Pacers. We have AJ Griffin as well. I think this could be our second championship, and we do get our second championship. Let's go, baby. It took a while, but we're finally getting some success going in the playoffs, and that is our second championship of the video. Let's keep the train going. We're starting to get a groove going. I think we've been the first seed in the Western Conference, like, what is it, 7-8 years in a row now? Like, there's no surprise there. It's just a matter of the playoffs and how we do. We do get the Lakers in round 1. They no longer have Jason Tatum, which is good. But they still have Ben Simmons and AD. I mean, it's just a matter of somebody current round here. I mean, at this point, I don't know if I'm making any more moves at this point. The Thunder look like they've gotten worse to the small forward spots. That might be something going for us. Somebody current round, there's a good chance we lose here. We do lose in round 2. So our Thunder does get stolen, no pun intended. And you get the Blazers, who have Lonzo and Simons as their backcourt. Keegan Murray, Robinson. Very interesting team in Portland. They do end up beating the Thunder. Do the Blazers win a championship? And they almost do. Victor Wembanyama wins one for the Pacers. So I think we have like 2 more years to go. And like I said, I don't think I'll be doing anything major. I'm just going to keep running it and maybe get one more before this video is all said and done. John Morant stacks up another MVP award, which you love to see. And we went out and won 71 games again. So I thought this roster was going to start to maybe, come down to earth a little bit. But nope, we're right back in there. First in the Western Conference, winning 71 games. 71 games doesn't look as good if you don't win a championship, as we know. And then you got Jaren Jackson and also Bam Adebayo as free agents this offseason. So honestly, I might just end it on this season, especially if we win a championship. You get to play the Jazz with Jabari and Aiden. So let's just go ahead and somebody current round against them. Don't get 8 seeded. Let's go. We get the Dallas Mavericks and we get Brandon Ingram, Grant Williams, Tyler Hero, Elise Harrington. Somebody current round against the Mavericks. We beat them in 7. That was closer than I would have wanted to be. Now the Blazers, Dariq Whitehead, Lonzo Ball. They got a pretty good roster. Game 1 up 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, and 3-1. And we beat them in 5. Yes, we do. We're back to the finals. And we get Wembanyama and the Pacers, so it should be a tough one, but hopefully we can beat them. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and we are going to beat them in 4. I'm going to end it on that note, to be honest with you. Let's just end it there. I don't want to go into free agency, and then Jaren Jackson, Bam Adebayo both leave, and I just simulate a year where we suck. It doesn't make any sense. So, John Morant, Finals MVP. What did we get? 3 championships in this video. Would have loved a little bit more than that, but hey, I'll take it. So, Morant, Bam, Jaren Jackson, Bane, Hendricks, Zara Williams, Jake LaRavia, Jane Hardy, Mo Bamba was your final roster. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys tomorrow. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.